All right, it's another episode of the Pin High Podcast presented by Golficity. This week, we're going to talk about Cameron Champ's win at the 3M Open. We're going to get you ready for some Olympic golf over in Tokyo, Japan, and we're going to, talk about what else is going on the PGA Tour lately. So let's get into it. All right, let's get inside the ropes. So this weekend, Cameron Champ comes back from just playing awful golf where he was just putting up an 80 every once in a while. Like that's some Smiley Kaufman putting up an 87.
Yeah.
What was he? What did Smiley Kaufman? Kaufman, it was so embarrassing that he shot an 87 because it's like,
dude, it was a Corn Ferry event, I believe.
No, I don't think it was Corn Ferry. It was something really, really like low down.
I posed a question to Trevor. It was like if you played in an event, could you shoot a 78 and 85 or something?
It was something beyond that. Because that happened and then he did it again somewhere else. I'm blanking on what it was, but he's just down in the dumps. It's crazy. You can go from a tour winner to
it was the Barbasol.
It was the
shot an 87.
Just posted the way it goes. It shows the leaderboard if you Google it, and it says Seamus Power won at 21 under, and Smiley Kaufman was cut at 21 over
in two rounds.
In two rounds. Oh,
so embarrassing.
Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad.
Well, anyway, that's enough. That's enough. Smiley Kaufman.
But it was Cameron Champ. He played such bad golf this year so far. He's had strokes of good play, but this week he just had it.
Yeah, I mean he was hitting the ball nice this week. And the big thing this week, he was number 1 in strokes gained putting this week, and I think he ranks 208 or something on tour this season
too. That's crazy.
So that's the difference for him.
That's kind of the whole thing with Morikawa. It's if he gets Morikawa is obviously a lot better putter than Cameron Champ, a lot more clutch of a putter than Cameron Champ, but if one of these guys who hits the ball so well and so pure and hits a lot of greens, and if they get a hot putter 1 week, they could do what Cameron Champ did and just go crazy and win tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, he's missed his last 2 cuts coming into this event. A little bit all over the place, not a lot of great finishes. Has been cut a lot this year. I mean, I think his best finish was at the Zozo. He finished in 8th, but other than that, he doesn't really have any good notable finishes.
That was a while ago too, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, I mean, and John Deere and the 3M Open the last 2 weeks, so his game's trending in the right direction. And I don't know if you guys saw the 2-iron that he hits. He hits a 315-yard 2-iron. It's sick.
It doesn't surprise me.
You got to wonder, because Cameron Champ in his post-round interview was talking about how he was I've always been a late bloomer, and I've the past couple of weeks or past couple of months or even year, I guess he's been focusing on his personal life so much. And when you think about it, that will put a damper on your game if you're worried about other things and you're not training as much, because he has a wife. I think he might have a kid on the way, maybe he's talking about planning on being a father soon. Obviously, everything else going on in his life. I mean, COVID's been obviously weird. So you could see with a different mindset that Cameron Champ, I mean, what was it, 2 years ago, that he was this up and comer where everyone thought he was going to be the next what Colin Morikawa is right now. Right. It could happen because he's got the distance, and if he just puts that game together like he did this weekend, granted it's the 3M Open and not a PGA Championship, but he's been playing well in majors.
And I mean, listen, it's his third PGA Tour win. Actually, he's been on the PGA Tour for 3 seasons now. He's 26 years old. That's his 3rd win already. And kind of going into the day, Cameron Tringali, I think, had the lead going into the day.
What was his 2nd win?
Oh, they showed it too. I remember
because he won when his grandfather
He won the
passed away.
Safeway. I know he won the Safeway.
That was the Safeway.
He won. He won something. They showed it at the end of the round too. They showed it, and I couldn't.
Oh, he won the Sanderson Farms, the Safeway, and
the Sanderson Farms is the one with his grandfather, and then he won the Safeway before that. But we could talk about his 7-second hole. I was watching this with my dad, and my dad was like, for some reason, rooting hard for him. I mean, I guess it was pretty cool that he was winning, but the announcers are like, why is he hitting driver here? Like, there is just no reason to, and he just snap hooks it left into the most awful lie, and he had 2 shots to work with, or really one, to win. He could have bogeyed, even though he made that ridiculous par. But after the round, he did say, he was like, yeah, I mean, I was going to do driver all week. That was the plan. So I wasn't going to change it up.
I mean, yeah, but like, you should know.
I don't get it, but since he won, I respect it.
It is a par 5, I believe.
Okay. That was his plan.
I mean, like you said, you could have hit 2 iron, like probably 2 iron again if you wanted to, or something like that, or another iron, and still
I don't
the
think
green.
he would have had to go 2 iron.
No, yes, I meant
he
like
probably would have gone 2 iron layup. Then
just
there's no reason to go for it there. Like, just
he was up by 2 going to the final hole. Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's like the Jimmy Walker at the PGA however many years ago at Baltusrol. You're like, I remember he was up by 2 shots or a shot, and he's going for the green. I'm screaming at him, don't go for it, what are you doing? It's one of those things where they could end very, very poorly, and it almost did.
And then when you're hitting your 2 iron further than most players hit their driver, like, why?
You would think why not pull it out?
Speaking of Jimmy Walker, though, he played well this week.
I was going to mention that too,
and
he played really well.
Was about to, like, his sponsorship exemptions and whatever his exemptions from winning the PGA Championship were like running out.
Yeah,
it's he's like right on that cut line of like 125 or whatever. Mm-hmm. So this week was big for him.
Yeah, I did see him. He was in that group with Cameron Champ, and I saw him at the end. And
exactly.
I'm like, wow,
he was wearing the ugliest shoes. He was wearing these black clunky, like, FootJoys or whatever they were.
I feel like he always wears that kind of stuff. But great, I'm very happy for Jimmy Walker.
I'm looking up right now where he is in the standings. After he's
still out.
He's 163.
Yeah,
he was 175 though.
I think he 3 18 too, something like that. Yeah. Like, he missed the bat. He had a bad 3 18 to go.
That's tough
down in our spot.
But like what I was going to mention earlier is Cameron Champs now has his 3rd win, and Cameron Tringali was in the lead for the day. And like, as you know, Cameron Tringali has the longest, or like the most amount of PGA Tour appearances without a win. So that's just to, like, crazy. Think about how hard it is to win on tour, and Cameron Champ has 3 wins.
Did we already did we already make an announcement to Cameron Tringali not to enter the Puerto Rico Open? I guess
probably did at some point.
No, he probably did. He probably flew too close to the sun and came close to winning, and then didn't end up.
Okay, happening. So Ricky Fowler was 124 going in. He's 125 now.
He started off hot too. He started off the week. Really,
he started off so
first
hot.
Round lead.
When's the last week of before the playoffs?
The tournament of August 12th. I think is 12th. So it's
2 weeks after this.
Yeah. So there's only one more PGA Tour event. And it's the Greenbrier, I assume, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'd have to assume. Patrick Rogers, my guy, is 126. After he moved down 5 spots.
It's gonna be an interesting fight. Fight there at the end.
By the very end, but by whatever, I don't know what the saying is, but he finished T39 on my T40 bet for skins, and I got my 2nd skin of the year.
Yeah, I saw.
How about it?
Oh, you did? Did you really get a skin?
How about it? I did not think it was going to happen because I saw he was like T40. I was about to text in our group chat saying, and for the 3 of us saying like, oh, looks like nobody's going to get a skin this week. But I was like, I mean, I guess he's not done. But then I just saw this morning. I was like, oh, I wonder if he finished and getting T39.
Yeah, and whatever. Right, so I almost had a winner. Gary Woodland was playing really well going into the final round, and he just had a stinker of a final round.
Right.
That's the only way to put it.
Mm-hmm. By the way, did you say it was the Greenbrier before the playoffs?
I would imagine. Let me.
We have the
look it up real
FedEx
quick.
St. Jude.
FedEx St. Jude.
Oh,
which is
what happened in the Greenbrier?
the Wyndham Championship.
That's like the Greenbrier is like late, like in like October.
The Wyndham Championship's the last one. The FedEx St. Jude, obviously, if you're not in the
Oh yeah, I know. I said the
that.
last one is August 12th.
Yeah, so that's the Wyndham.
Oh, I thought you said that. I thought you meant it started August 12th. Okay, yeah, that's the Wyndham. Okay,
I meant the Wyndham.
Gotcha. So the playoffs start the August 19th.
Those tournaments all kind of go together, like those Wyndham, Greenbrier. I meant the Wyndham. That's the one that's always the very end of the year.
To me, they're the same thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Herman won last year. I remember that was during my tonsil surgery. I missed a week of the podcast. And then the week I didn't miss, I sounded like Kermit the Frog. I literally sounded like Kermit the Frog.
That's a great week to have tonsil surgery. You can watch the Wyndham Championship.
Dude, I watched every shot.
Yeah, right.
I watched every shot. Now, was I on painkillers for all of it? Yes, but
so it's probably a much better tournament than you would have thought otherwise.
Yes, watching Jim Herman I was having the time of my life, while also having the worst time of my life simultaneously.
Okay, and I want to mention one more thing before we wrap up the 3M Open. Louis Oosthuizen came out, another second place finish.
We did not expect that.
Which I was not expecting at all. I thought he was going to have not a great
I guess
week,
at the end of the day, he's just hungry for a win right now. Like,
yeah, I guess. And he's just playing really good golf.
And it's weird because he's not playing in the Olympics, but he was talking about he was like, yeah, I mean, they didn't really make it easy for us, which I guess to go from the Open to, if you have a sponsorship like thing where you have to play in the 3M Open or something for some reason, which maybe he did, maybe he didn't, and then go to the Olympics. Nobody in how many people in the field this week are playing in the Olympics? Probably zero. I don't know.
There's probably a couple guys you just need, especially guys who need more.
Yeah, I guess. But like Minnesota
or need to get their
true
spot.
Patrick Reed's playing.
But Minnesota to Tokyo.
After going to
London. Also, Patrick Reed wasn't planning on playing in the
Johnny
Olympics.
Vegas is playing.
It's true.
I don't know. Guys who needed to play,
based off their FedEx Cup spot.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Which did you also? Sorry, another stat. Cameron Champ has more wins than Tony Finau and Louis combined on the PGA Tour.
Oh my God!
How many wins does Louis have?
One. The Open.
That's his only win is the Open.
His only PGA Tour win. That's the only PGA Tour. He's never won in the United States.
Wait, tell me, does a major count towards FedEx Cup points?
I think
it does, I believe.
I think it does.
Okay. I kind of was forgetting. I should know that, obviously.
I'm
I've been running a golf podcast for 91 weeks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure even if we weren't sure, I knew I'm 99% sure the PGA and the U.S. Open would at least.
It does, because look who's leading the FedEx Cup standings is Collin Morikawa. So
fair enough. And Jordan Spieth is 64 points behind, I think.
Yeah, second place.
Kind of crazy. I mean, we're going to see Jordan Spieth go pretty far if he doesn't completely blow up in the FedEx Cup playoffs. Might have a front row seat to that, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks because I think John Rahm would be first if he didn't have to withdraw.
That's wild. The whole John Rahm.
Like he lost a lot of money for that. I mean, let's move into the Olympics here. I mean, the headline story this week, Bryson and John Rahm both out of the Olympics due to positive COVID tests. I mean, Bryson, I don't know, but John Rahm, I don't know. Have I ever?
I don't understand.
You had COVID. Like if you have COVID, you're not supposed to get a test again in 90 days because it's going to come up as a false positive. Like John Rahm had COVID like less than 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So obviously he tested. Now. He's gonna test positive after having it in less than 90 days.
Yeah, so that's what I heard. Someone was talking about it today or yesterday, and they were saying how there's you still have the cells in your body from the positive, like you're saying get a false positive test.
Exactly.
And it's
That's confusing.
It's really confusing.
I mean, yeah, I get that they're trying to keep
too.
They're trying to keep
learned his lesson. He was vaccinated.
Like they're trying to keep it away as much as they can, and like they're trying to limit the spread and all that stuff. But I don't think that John Rahm has COVID again. Just like I think that it was a false positive, and they just didn't allow him to go.
The Olympics this year, I mean, I don't think the golf is going to suffer. Because, you know, golf, like we said, like it wasn't even that different of the spectators. Yes, it sucks when it went because like it is cool with spectators, but I don't think the golf's going to suffer like other sports are. Like having no fans again, it's like, are we really just going back to this? I mean, it's a different country. I get it. Yeah. So it's like different there. I mean, America's not doing too hot right now, despite how open it is. But dude, I saw a stat, dude. I mean, not that it really matters, but like 5 weeks ago or something like that, it could be spreading misinformation. It was like 10,000 cases, and this week it's like 50,000 cases.
I mean, so Bryson and John Rahm are out. Arguably the two biggest names in the Olympics are now out.
Yeah.
I mean, Bryson gets replaced by Patrick Reed, so we get Captain America Patrick Reed back.
I kind of love that story.
Patrick is Patrick Reed there yet? Is he in Tokyo yet? Do we know?
I mean, he had to just finish the 3M, so I mean,
yeah, but it's already Tuesday in Tokyo now.
I mean, yeah, he might have just gotten there, like might just be there. I think I read somewhere that Jorge Campillo will replace Rahm. Either that or there's no replacement. Could have been
actually. I
picked him in one of the.
Yeah, I was gonna say his
polls.
Name rings a bell from some recent pick, but I guess it was you. Yeah,
but you just lost your two biggest names, which kind of sucks if you're the Olympics. Now there still is plenty of star power. You have Morikawa, Sander, JT, Victor Hovland, Rory. I mean Hideki Matsuyama in his home country.
Yeah. I mean, I have a stat of the week to add to the stat of the week that you already have, but it's going off of this kind of like star power thing you're talking about. In 2016, the 3 players to earn medals all were top 5 in pre-tournament odds. So like the old winner, Justin Rose, was 12-1. Silver, Henrik Stenson was 4.5-1, which I saw that. I was like, whoa, 4.5-1. Yeah. and bronze was Matt Kuchar, was 15-1. So from what I can tell,
do we know? The other 2 in those top 5 odds?
Oh, I'm not sure who the other 2 on the odds were, to be quite honest. But I mean, I get they didn't medal, so it doesn't really matter.
Really,
I guess.
No.
But Henrik Stenson couldn't have been the favorite at 4.5-1. I mean, yeah, he probably was.
He might have been the favorite.
Be. That was John Rahm. I think that was the year going into this week.
I think that was the year Stenson won the Open.
What am I saying? Of course, he probably was the favorite at 4.5-1.
Yeah, 400 because Morikawa was 6.5-1.
Yeah.
So if Stenson is, and that was the year Stenson just won the Open too. I
put a bet down on Colin Morikawa at plus 900 last week.
Ooh, okay.
Pretty sharp bet there.
Yeah.
Granted, it was $10, but.
All right. Who do you think were the top 5 other players in the top 5 odds? 2016 Men's Olympics.
Tiger wasn't playing.
Nope.
So Ricky.
Okay.
Yeah. I literally just thought of the Olympic rings on his arm, so I was like Ricky.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go. Is it like weird?
It's. I don't think you're gonna get it, but it's like it's a known name. It's just out there, kind of.
Okay.
I don't remember who played in the Olympics.
Exactly. I don't remember.
Go for it. Just tell us.
Sergio was plus 700.
Yeah.
Okay, 7-1.
Which I guess he just won the Masters, maybe, or was on his way.
Sergio ended up finishing in 8th.
Okay, so the top guys usually. I mean, also it's a lot of players who are not normal tour guys.
I mean, yeah, that Olympics was very top heavy.
Yeah, sounds like it. Bubba was there.
I mean, golf has evolved so much even since then with like these rising stars. Like, for example, we'll talk about him later. Like, I don't know, like a Joaquin Niemann, like. A guy of the Joaquin Niemann tier of the hierarchy of the PGA Tour skill level right now was nowhere near like the same as back then, if that makes sense.
No, that's
So
true.
last time
Someone
the
on the
Olympics
same
happened,
level
No,
as
that's
him
very
was nowhere
fair.
near as good as he actually is right now.
Yeah, last time Olympics golf happened, only 4 Americans went. It was Matt Kuchar, Ricky Fowler, Bubba Watson, and Patrick Reed. That was
What
it.
a beat
Patrick Reed
squad.
went again.
That's not that cool of a squad.
No, it's not. It's really, really not.
Kuchar, Reed. I mean, Reed's cool just because like the whole Captain America thing. Ricky's cool, but like
Ricky was probably solid that back then.
I mean, obviously Bubba's cool. But like that squad doesn't do it for me.
no,
Yeah, I know, and like especially going into this with the star power this year, just like right up the top, like Morikawa.
I mean, we'll get
Xander,
into it, but
Rory's playing this year. Like it's like it's everything. The field is so much better.
Oh yeah. So
yeah,
and
let's
then
get into the official stat of the week now,
Yes.
since we didn't get there yet, and we'll do a little more Olympics talk. Just because we almost mentioned it earlier, but Trevor kind of mentioned it, but 4 players aged 27 or under who have won a tournament, and like their 3 tournaments in 3 seasons, I guess, like their first 3 seasons.
A tournament in the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, so that's Rahm, Bryson, Morikawa, and Champ.
Sorry, Champ really has like, yes, he's had such bad golf, but when you take into account, that stat right there, that he's won in each of his first 3 seasons, as well as his finishes in majors, the guy's played like at in the U.S. Open at Winged Foot, I think he finished like really well. The PGA at Harding Park, I think he finished really well. And he might have even
he did. I do remember that.
He might have even competed and won this year. Not compete but had a pretty good finish. So
I think he played well at the U.S. Open. Maybe I'm
forgetting which one it was, but it's not uncommon.
The Masters T26.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's not uncommon to see Cameron Champ at the top of the leaderboard in a major, which I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of those guys that breaks through and wins one at odds that are like
crazy,
like pretty long. Yeah,
65 70 to 1.
He hits the ball so far that it's like kind of an advantage, and like it's all about the putting for him. If he putts well, like he's gonna play well. The putting is kind of where it all goes downhill for him for the most part.
Yeah,
and putting,
like we said, all he needs is one decent putting week. Like seems like a Keegan Bradley who kind of great ball striker, hits the ball pretty far, not a great putter at all, and then can putt well for 1 week in the major that matters, and then that'd be his only real big breakthrough of his career.
I don't know. He's still so young.
I mean, he has 3 wins in 3 seasons. If he gets one win every year, that's a pretty good career.
That's true.
Right
yeah, that is a very good career.
And
you're right.
I mean, age doesn't really matter with putting. Yeah, he's not going to always hit it like top 5 in driving distance for his whole entire life, but like putting is not something that goes away with age. It really just comes and goes for a lot of people.
I mean, yeah, but if you watch Cameron Champ like swing like and compare him to Bryson, like probably the 2 longest hitters, like Bryson looks like he's using max energy, where Cameron Champ doesn't really look like he's even trying, which is crazy.
Yeah, which is effortless.
Effortless swing.
So cool.
Like
he's got an awesome swing when he hits it hard. Yeah, and I mean the 2 iron going 315. That's just.
I mean, his ball. I wonder what the loft of that is. His ball speed on his 2 iron is like 116, which is like tour average for drivers is like 114, I think.
He's blowing that past Kevin Kisner.
Yeah, it's crazy that he's going to get that far.
Eat your words.
Yeah. So we can get into some more Olympic talk, but first, a little word from our sponsor, who I happen to be repping it today, Roback, best shirt in golf. Cheeks got the hat on. We can go to that real quick.
So you probably noticed us wearing some new Roback merch over the past few episodes, whether it was the hat both me and Jake are wearing right now. Trevor has one as well. A pullover or a collared shirt. We're partnering with Roback in 2021, and we couldn't be more excited. So head to the link in our bio, add the Roback merch you want, and you'll get 15% off just by using the link. So enjoy and crave activity.
And then, so let's move into our skins segment for the Olympics. We're gonna do the course preview for this week's this week's course. Jeek, you did the research for this course. I want you to pronounce this one.
Okay. Honestly,
Yeah, I mean,
hold up.
okay, I'm gonna try.
No, I'm gonna put it into.
Club.
I'm gonna put it into
Gasecki.
the Google Translate or something.
Kasumi Gasecki.
It's not that bad.
Country Club. What was it? Oh,
Kasumi Gasecki.
I hear it. Wait,
hold up.
into the mic.
Kasumi Gasecki.
Kasumi Gasecki.
I mean,
Country Club.
East Course.
Yes, the East
KCC.
Course. The East Course. We'll call it the East Course.
East Course at the KCC.
KCC.
Okay, yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah.
It's a par 71, 74, 47 yards. The field for the Olympics is it's a normal 4-round event, but it's a 60-player field with no cut. They last hosted a competitive event at the KCC East Course in the 2010 Asian Amateur. And who won that event? Hideki Matsuyama, who's in the field this week. There's not a lot of water, but there is a ton of bunkers, and there's a drivable par 4 17th, which is always fun when there's a drivable hole.
Yes, I love that coming down the stretch too.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of fun.
Now there's some lengthy par 5s and par 4s kind of scattered across the course, and it's a Tom Fazio design. So think like Quail Hollow or Firestone or Shadow Creek, where the CJ Cup was this year. Similar type of course to those. I mean, key stats: strokes gained approach, strokes gained up off the tee, sand saves gained, and then par 4s over 500 yards. Since there's a couple of really long holes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I mean, kind of interesting that it is a Fazio design. You can relate it to some others. I mean, I feel like that's pretty helpful because
it is.
The one in Rio. I saw some article about it today. I forget. I don't know who it was designed by, but like I feel like you could go into one of these golf courses and just not know anything about how it's going to play. But since it's Fazio, 100%. maybe you have a little bit of an idea.
Yeah,
obviously
I mean,
no course history.
But I don't know if anyone else who's playing in this field has played this course before, or at least in a competitive event besides Hideki Matsuyama. So that's just something to think.
And I wouldn't put too much stake into that because obviously they'll
it
play it in the coming days. Now there is a ton of reason to like Hideki Matsuyama.
That's what I was gonna say.
But
too.
I wouldn't say him playing like winning an amateur tournament you should put too much stake into that. But there is reason to be high on him this week. So I mean, I guess we'll get into it now. And we're going to be doing a new sort of thing before our bet segment. We're going to be doing tiers. So we're just going to talk about two top tier guys, two middle tier guys, and two like kind of sleeper bottom lower tier guys that we like that are we just kind of like go around the world of golf who's hot, who's not kind of thing, but sleeper top guys, elite guys.
Yeah. So I'll start it off
kind
with
of
the
gist
top
of what we're doing.
Hideki Matsuyama. I mean, we just mentioned him before. He's played this course before, won the Asian Amateur here in 2010, which I wouldn't take too much into account, but he is Japanese. He's playing in his home country. This event's been circled on the calendar for a long time, even before he won the Masters, and then having won the Masters, being kind of like an icon in Japanese golf now and just golf in general. I mean, it has such a good story to it if he wins the gold medal here.
It does have a really good story.
I mean, he's 15th in strokes gained approach. We'll get into some of the other stats later, but I mean, Hideki Matsuyama is definitely someone to watch out for this week.
Right. And then you also got Victor Hovland in that top tier. It's crazy, and like that's so early in his career that he's already at this Olympic level and already, like at a level we're calling him top tier. But he's T12 at the Open. He had a win in Europe, so and we know he can play well internationally. I don't know does he have that elusive win after the Puerto Rico Open in America though? No, because he does
Mexico.
Not.
No, he's allowed to win.
We aren't playing.
Allowed to win this week.
We aren't playing in America. Yeah, so he's
allowed to win.
He's allowed to win this week.
This
week. 6 in strokes gained off the tees. He's so efficient off the tee. It's crazy. And obviously he's a sick ball striker.
Does he still have that little
19
little bump he used to have?
Not all the time.
He did every time. Yeah.
Everyone.
I don't know if he still brings it out, but he might have. It's in the bag, I'd say.
I mean, he's been so efficient off the tee this year. Like he doesn't really need to do it.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, and apparently the greens are supposed to be really receptive this week because they're going to get some rain.
Yeah, I saw there's
like
going
right
to be
before.
a typhoon like on Wednesday.
Yeah, so
that'll soften.
I don't know if that makes it.
Sure.
Does that make it easier to putt? I know it only. I mean, I wouldn't even say it really helps the ball strikers. They don't really even need it. I'd say it helps.
Well, they might actually. It probably, if you're a guy who's just gonna hit it really close to the pin, it's not gonna bound for it. You're just gonna hit it and it's gonna land right next to the hole and it's gonna stop and do nothing.
Yeah,
else.
It's more about like your stock yardages now than like
yeah
hitting it and hoping it rolls out or.
No rollout's not really a factor until maybe Sunday. It sounds like at the very earliest.
Okay,
but yeah, Victor Hovland, great ball striker. If he putts well, like I could totally see him winning gold. Also, for Norway, that'd be huge for them.
Speaking of for big for a country, Joachim Neiman, who we talked about.
Yes.
Matt, like no one else, I feel like from South America has really like a chance. It feels like besides Joachim Neiman.
Don't let Johnny Vegas get hot.
I was gonna say, would you count that as Central America or South America? Because Venezuela, Joaquin Neiman, like you said.
Yeah, and he finished 6th the CJ Cup at Shadow Creek, a Tom Fazio design. Great approach, great off the tee. Obviously, he hits the ball, and he's a great putter too. He's 23rd in strokes gained putting, which I did not know actually. I probably should have known because I picked him so many times.
You pick him so often. Yeah, he's solid all around.
I should have known. Yeah, he's gonna win one of these big tournaments eventually. He's due for one. He's like the Xander or the Abraham Answer. He's due for a big win. This could be it. So
yeah, and before we get into our next pick, just completely random, but it is gonna be a little refreshing to see the guys not wearing like all the sponsors and stuff like this week.
Yeah,
it's just gonna be their country
because they're not allowed to. Correct?
They're not allowed to. Cool. It's just gonna be like USA or Spain or whatever. And
it's kind of like Ryder Cup type.
It is kind of like the Ryder Cup. That's why I want I want like Patrick Reed. So someone tweeted out a picture of like the gymnastics uniforms for the US and like said like I want Patrick Reed to come out in this. Like it's like an eagle across the chest. Like it would look so cool.
Real quick, I want to talk like just hover over this for a second. The men's gymnastics guys are the most jacked humans I think I've ever seen in my life.
They're crazy.
Holy cow.
Yeah, gymnastics.
Physical specimens.
Gymnastics in general, they are a different breed.
They are a different
freaks.
breed.
Freaks.
They are so cool. That was talking gymnastics anyway. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they came in like 5th. So go America.
I think Russia won,
but yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome to see everybody wearing like their colors. I bet they've got some good stuff lined up this week for every country, especially America.
It'll be cool.
Stars and Stripes.
It's really cool.
Either that or everything's gonna be very like generic and just like like team uniform looking.
We'll see. Do you think that the guys on the same teams, like, since it is an individual event, like, I don't know, I wonder what the camaraderie is like there, because it's not like similar to the Ryder Cup where you're on the same team, but like
I think it's just like a normal
country.
It's like a normal like event. I feel like guys are happy for each other when they when they win events. Like you see guys on the 18th hole and stuff like that. It's similar to that. I mean, obviously you're gonna be rooting for people from your own country, but there's some people who are the only people from their country playing in this event.
But it's also like swimming. It's like there's been guys from the U.S. and swimming races. Like they're gonna want to win, but they're gonna be happy for their guy if the U.S. guy wins too. Like it's just that's just how it is. It's like that's why I was gonna bring this up later, but imagine the Olympics being like a kind of like a Dell Technologies match play kind of thing, like partner match play with like a partner, or just straight up match play in a bracket, like a different format.
It would be cool if it was like a team event.
Make it
like a different format. Yeah. It takes guys like Victor Hovland like completely out of the Olympics because like how many guys from Norway are there? There's like 2.
Well, that was that is the problem like with it, I guess. But like,
that's why you have the Ryder Cup.
It feels like it's almost like a normal tour event in a certain extent because it's 4 rounds. I guess there's no cut, so it feels like a WGC almost, and it's the Olympics, so it's cool. But I think if it was a different format, I think that'd be a lot more potential for excitement, I guess.
It's
They
interesting.
got a good
'cause-
draw this week,
yeah.
but or this year, but I feel like a
Yeah.
lot more people would want to play if it was a team type of event.
That'd be cool.
I don't know how
think
you
that'd be
do it,
cool.
but
I know it'd be
it
tough
would be
to do.
awesome.
It'd be tough to figure
It'd
out.
be really it would be a
leave it up to-
logistical nightmare.
Yeah. We'll leave that up to the Olympic Committee, but we'll take credit for the idea when it happens. Yeah.
Everybody wants to see Ryder Cups type stuff, which we will get to see in September. So
Yep, it'll be fun.
whatever. Yeah. And then also in the middle tier, Siwoo Kim. I have kind of like a contradiction to this one, so I'll let you talk about him.
I mean, we all know what it means for Siwoo Kim. Now,
Yeah.
that's the only reason I really picked him. Extra motivation.
Yeah.
He's playing in Asia, close to his home country, so there is that familiarity, I guess. I mean, extra motivation this week. If he medals, I believe him and Siwoo or him and Sunjae Im, if they medal, they get out of their military service, so they don't.
That's all they have to do.
go
They
to
all
that.
only have to medal.
Just have to medal.
Okay.
So he had to be preparing for this for a while. I mean, obviously backed out of the Open, didn't play in the Open. So like this is definitely something that he's gonna be prepared for. The only thing I'm worried about is he did withdraw from the John Deere a couple weeks ago with a back injury. He's listed to play this week, so we'll see how that goes. But there is extra motivation.
Yeah, he's like those it's like game 7 of the finals. Like you're gonna play.
Right.
You're gonna go. This is the most important tournament of his life. He's gonna play.
I gotta say, I'm way bigger on Sungjae than I am Siwoo.
Oh, I am too. I
would too. I just figured I feel like Sunjae creeps towards the top tier. So
yeah, and I guess, but like a middle tier guy that I kind of like on like kind of that's not Siwoo Kim is Corey Connors. I mean, you talk about needing some ball striking this week and needing to be efficient off the tee. I mean, that's Corey Connors for you.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the most efficient on tour, if not.
And obviously, like
maybe besides Colin Morikawa.
I mean, he's been doing well in all the majors. He's been, a lot of the tournaments he's playing like that, like at hard courses. Like he's just shown up every time. And every time you're like, I don't know, maybe this is the time that he doesn't do it. At the end of the day, ball striking in a like an elite field is that's what's gonna do it for you.
Yeah, I can definitely see that, and I actually do like that.
I could see him like throwing down some sort of bet on him to medal. I'm not sure. Like the odds aren't really. I can't find to medal, but I think that would be worth. I feel like you could probably get a long shot odds on that.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that bet a lot too.
Going into the lower tier, Mito Pereira, he's a guy that we kind of started.
Kind of my guy.
He's been playing really well recently. He's the money leader on the Korn Ferry Tour. He had a T6 last week at the 3M, a T5 in the Barbasol the week before. He's gaining strokes both on the tee, off the tee, and approaching. Just a rock solid player. Gonna be on the PGA Tour next year. I mean,
I picked him last week.
I don't know if he'll medal, but like I wouldn't be surprised to see him in like a bronze medal spot. Like just kind of random.
He's one of those guys that slips into it. Like Guido Migliozzi was like T2 at the US Open. No.
Maybe.
Something
he
like
had
that.
like top 10s in like 2 of the majors.
10.
Yeah. So, I mean, he might have been third. I don't know. I could also see. So what happens if you're tied for third?
I'm assuming there's some sort of playoff, right?
That'll be fun.
Yeah, would be. Especially even if it's not the winner, I would love to see medal. That.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Winning a medal is a big deal, especially like in general.
Imagine if it's like a 2 for like
Sung
it's like
Siwoo for the bronze medal.
It's my god, that'd be crazy.
They try to share it. They just be like, all right, we're just gonna share this medal.
They look at each other on the tee box. They go, sorry, man, but like for the next, we might be from the same country, but for the next 10 minutes.
Like this is it.
I want to step on your throat for the rest of these 10 minutes.
I really hope that actually happens. I want to see that.
Oh, that'd be wild.
That'd be the best television.
That'd be
ever.
Wild.
Make this putt, or you lose $10,000, or you win $10,000. It's like, nope, it's probably worth a lot more than that to them. So
for Sungjae Im's case, for both their case, they're both really good players. But for Sungjae Im's case, especially, it's millions and millions of dollars that they're both missing out on. It might be because they're from the same country. It might be like they both go up on this podium and get the third place medal.
That'd be cool.
which will also be very, very cool. But I really want the playoff. I want the playoff. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sung Jae or Siwoo Kim, whoever loses, but I want the playoff.
All right, and then last pick in this, Mackenzie Hughes,
another Canadian.
His game's been trending up recently. T6 and T14 in his last 2 outings. I could totally see him playing well this week.
Totally see him like
and
another guy, bronze medal.
Open.
You can see it.
You can definitely see it, and he's so low down there on the odds list too.
Yep, and that's why he's in the low tier.
It's crazy,
right?
Yeah.
So let's get into skins this week. Our bets. Last week, Patrick Rogers put in that backdoor top 40 finish. Got my second skin of the year. I'm only down 14 on Jeek and 9 on Trevor. So this week's worth one skin. We got minus.
I don't even know if you could. I don't even know if you could come. Like, how many weeks do we have left here in our skins?
I think we did it for 2020, like for the whole 2020.
Okay. We might have started. We might have done the whole 2020, which I think makes sense.
I'd have to like win out almost.
Pretty much.
I honestly, at this point, I'm just gunning for Trevor.
Okay.
I think what you need a couple of weeks where like just there's no blood, and then you need to win like 6 skins in 1 week.
Yeah,
that would be a big one. Then I would start getting nervous.
We'll see. Maybe this week is the start.
I haven't won one in a long time. Actually, feels like
I win this week, and then I win again the next week. That's what you call
next week.
A winning streak.
You're due for a hot streak, though.
If you've never seen Major League,
yes, I have.
Go watch Major League. Major League and Major League 2 are the best baseball movies on the
real shame that they're not going to be called the Cleveland Guardians. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Say what you will, but Guardians is a dumb name.
The Guardians of the Great Galaxy.
Yeah, whatever. The Spiders would have been cooler, but this is a golf podcast.
Anyway.
Yeah. So let's get into bets. I'll go first since I have the honors on the tee.
Yeah.
So this week, I know it's not a hot take. It's not, but I'm going with Colin Morikawa at plus 650. You can boo me all you want. I did the same thing with John Rahm at the U.S. Open, and he won.
This is how Pat's gonna come back in the skin standing. He's gonna pick the favorite every week until.
But like the favorite, like never wins. Like not always wins. It's just I legitimately think that Colin Morikawa. I mean, like you look at what needs to be done this week. His stats are ridiculous. He's obviously got most insane form, and in a 60-man field. To look at him compared to the rest of the field, how do you not take
Rahm
on Morikawa? No Rahm, like with I know, like at the 60-man field, like where the 60-man field has lost like some of its best players to COVID, it's hard not to look at him. And he's second in par 4, 450 to 500 yard efficiency, which I looked up and I was confused because I was like, oh, who's first? And it's somehow Chris Baker. I mean, Colin Morikawa was number 1 going into the week.
Probably played in like one event. And
no, he's played like 56 rounds, and Colin Morikawa's played like somewhere in like the 60s or something. So it's like confusing. So shout out to Chris Baker, I guess. But yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna be throwing down money on Colin Morikawa, so I'm not a fraud for this. I'm riding with the pick, but whatever. And then my best bet is Sung JM top 20 at minus 145.
That's great.
Like Jeek said. He's another guy who needs it. Top third of the field. Not only does he need it, he's definitely in the top third of the field in terms of like talent and how good he is in general. He's 16th in strokes gained off the tee. Really good ball striker in general. And he can actually roll it too. He's 32nd in strokes gained putting. So, I mean, we're talking about him trying to medal. Top 20 doesn't seem too shabby.
I agree. I love that bet. I think that's probably the best bet you could possibly have in this tournament, to be honest.
And then it doesn't hit.
Yeah, and he'll probably come in last.
Yeah. So
go ahead, Trev.
All right. So my winner, I went with Paul Casey plus 1,200.
So this is where he could potentially break through.
Exactly.
I could see it.
Great iron player.
Justin Rose won last time.
Exactly. He plays like he always seems to play well in big tournaments. like he's always like right there, and then he kind of makes a double and kind of slips away like he did at the US Open. I know he's right there. Why not here? It's a 60 man field. It's basically the true fifth major because it's the Olympics and only once every 4 years. But he's definitely the kind of guy who could win the Olympics and not be his like argument
His
for
claim to fame.
I'm a top player, but I haven't won a major. I won the Olympics. Like even though it's a 60 man field, a lot. Not
I like
the
that
best
take.
Field, not the most amazing field.
It's a good
So
take.
I can definitely see him. I can definitely see him winning something like this.
Now, before you get into your best bet, I'm gonna have to pause you there because you did steal my best bet.
I did just see that. That is also a great best bet.
That's what happens when you're last to the document.
You go with your.
Okay, Trevor's gonna look for a best bet.
All right, Jake, you go with your winner and best bet.
Yeah,
so I had one.
My winner is gonna be Hideki Matsuyama plus 1100. I'm going for the story this week.
I like
in his home country. Like I just kind of want to see it happen. I kind of want if American doesn't win, I do want to see Hideki Matsuyama win. Just a great story. We mentioned earlier 15th in strokes gained approach, 56 off the tee. What we didn't mention earlier is he's won at Firestone before, which is another Fazio design. So, I mean, a couple wins on Fazio courses, it could play well for him. Also, he's just home country, home player.
What is he to finish like top 5, top 10, or even to medal? I mean, he's plus 230 for top 5, plus 100 for top 10. Something to consider.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, I don't know. I like it. I want to see it happen. And then for my best bet, Trevor was on this line, but it does kind of pop out on the page when you're looking at them. Joaquin Niemann, top 20, minus 145. He finished 6th at the 100%. CJ Cup this year at Shadow Creek. 12th in strokes gained off the tee, 43rd strokes gained approach, 23rd putting, like we said before. I mean, to finish in a 60-man field to finish in the top 20, I really like Joaquin Niemann. He's just such a good all-around player.
I'll go with Siwoo Kim over Garrick Higo.
See, that was what I was about to do actually before I switched to Sung JM. I almost put it in. I like that pick.
I mean, Higo is.
But at the same time, I'm still very iffy more on extra motivation. Kim, but
yeah, I agree.
I do as well. On top of that, like the pick.
Yeah, and Higo got that win.
So much more motivation for Siwoo Kim.
Higo got that win and hasn't really done anything since.
And everyone's kind of overvalued him since. Like I remember I had Bezadenhout over Higo in the Open, and it was like so easy.
Yeah.
So they've kind of been overvaluing him, but I mean, yeah, we'll see. I like that pick though.
And then first round leader, I put in Corey Connors plus 2200. I could see it happening. He could get hot. I could
see Hideki Matsuyama at plus 1600 for first round leader as well. Another one of those guys like
picked him as my winner. So
yeah. Well, I mean, that's fair, but it's another one of those guys. He does put up a lot of first round leaders, and when he gets the putting going, because his ball striking is always there, he'll like drop his club and put it like to 12 feet. But I do like Corey Connors as well at plus 2200.
So we'll end it. I don't know what we're doing in the clubhouse, but I want to ask this question before we go. What do you Smiley Kaufman's last start on tour before the Barbasol, was his score to par over or under plus 21?
Over.
Jeek?
For sake of Pat saying over, I'll say under.
It was plus 21 on the dot at the Palmetto Championship.
71 round?
85.
Oh, in 2 rounds. Okay. Sheesh.
Yeah.
That's. And then I actually had a question for in the clubhouse.
Yeah, I was just getting in the clubhouse now.
In the clubhouse for sure.
Yeah.
Jordan Spieth, Ryder Cup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. All right, let's look at the.
He's probably he's inside the rankings probably.
I didn't think he was for some reason. Maybe by now he is.
No, he's. I mean, I think even if he wasn't, he's a lock.
Okay,
that's
he's
definitely
one
not.
outside the rankings. Like he's
But
7th.
He's got to be even if
So the
he'll get
rankings-
that by then.
Okay.
But I feel like no, he's
I don't
7th.
think I
Captain's
don't think
pick
it matters.
easily.
It doesn't
Oh
matter.
no.
No.
It's those 6 this top. So it's Morikawa, DJ Bryson, Brooks, JT, Xander, Jordan's
They're
a
taking
lock.
12, right?
12.
Yeah, the 6
Jordan's a
they're just
lock.
6 are
Okay.
locked in, but Jordan's
So that
gonna
was dumb.
play. Yeah,
That was dumb,
for
but
sure. I think we've talked about this before. Also, Bryson and Brooks
have talked
both
about
on the
this
Ryder
before.
Cup. You got to pair them together.
I don't
Please
know.
do.
In best ball, do it in best ball. You pair them together, they're gonna be like out trying to outplay each other, and like it's gonna yield some good scores.
For the sake of for the sake of pure entertainment, yes, but for the sake of me wanting the U.S. to win, it's not a good idea. I don't think
The captain is. Don't see a guy like Stricker being like, yeah, let's entertain everyone.
No,
Go Bryson and Brooks.
Well, he's debated the idea of putting Phil on the team though, which I don't think Phil should be on the team.
No, I don't think.
I don't think that was going to be in the question, but Phil did win the PGA, and that kind of put him back into the argument.
Yeah, but he's still in 17th. Like, you gotta basically. All right, so you have the 6 guys. Jordan's a lock. Patrick Reed's a lock. Then you have
Cantley's probably a lock.
Cantley's probably a lock. Daniel Berger, I feel like, is a good pick. But then you have like Webb.
Not a lock, but like he's on these teams a lot.
Yeah, I feel like Webb would make
like I just
fit the
there's
bill.
so many better picks than.
And we're not even talking about like Harris English and Scotty Scheffler yet.
I would love to see Scotty Scheffler on the team.
Yeah, I think Scotty Scheffler would be awesome.
I think he'd
awesome
be
on the team.
Such a fantastic like last Ryder Cup pick, but he's gonna have to do something before then. When do they pick the teams?
Oh, I mean, like the week before, 2 weeks before.
So like he has time during like the FedEx Cup playoffs and stuff to like make a chart.
He has time.
Okay, so I think maybe
Yeah, I think you're right. I would love to see Sky Scheffler on the team, and Harris English is low key 9th in the points list, and he's been playing.
But
2 wins.
He's not the most exciting guy. I think Scotty Scheffler.
He's also.
Cool. I think Harris English probably would be a good pick as well.
I think Harris English is one of those guys you look back in the Ryder Cup in 10 years and be like, he was on the team. Like, wow, he had a great year that year, and completely forget about it.
I mean, listen, if Brian Harmon wins an event like coming into the final, into that, like Brian Harmon's a dog. Team. Like he's just like that type of guy.
He's also in 24th though, which is if he wins an
event, he'll go up maybe not past Phil probably.
Maybe not the Wyndham. He needs to win like a FedEx Cup.
Watch out for Will Zalatoris to be on the next President's Cup team.
I bet he will be.
Yeah, I can see that. He needs to work on his putting. Like if
he does.
Like,
dude, I saw him stab.
We didn't talk about that putt enough. That was like disgusting to watch.
The stab putt.
Yeah, that was literally. That's probably why it was Drew, isn't it?
Dude, I saw that live, and I was like,
that was horrifying.
Wow,
like you can't even watch that without like grimacing.
From one of us, just like on one of those short putts that you just like stub or something. It's like
not even one of you guys. Like that's something from a guy who's played golf for 2 weeks. Something like that. Like that's so bad. And he did the Open Championship.
Crazy.
Right after you hold out for eagle, which is even funnier.
Yeah. And then, so anything else we want to talk about? I feel like that
prime golf. We didn't even
prime time golf
this week. It starts at 6
until 3 a.m.
I think. Yeah, until 3 a.m. So
yeah.
Should we have some adult beverages and watch together? Maybe. I'd be down.
I'm down. I'm done.
My last week. Oh, this is my last episode from the confines of the Diamond household in Norwalk, Connecticut.
Really?
Yes. Next will be in the Big Apple.
Your Wi-Fi better be good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, my Wi-Fi is the worst.
I move in on Sunday. Will the Wi-Fi be set up by Monday night?
Probably
not. Probably not.
Got to prioritize that.
All right. Where are the odds? I'm betting on no. That is not right.
Yeah, I mean, also bet on no.
The odds are like minus 250.
It's gonna be a hot spot.
Minus 250 is no. So it's probably my hot spot. And my hot spot in New York,
you kept saying
is 5G.
You kept saying like it's like oh, I should probably do it, but it's probably not gonna happen.
Oh,
it's
in
probably
Syracuse?
not. But I should do it. It's probably not gonna happen.
Are you talking about in Syracuse?
No, just going to your apartment this week.
Oh, yeah. Well, in Syracuse, I was saying the same thing. I was like, I'll have it for next week, maybe.
Yeah, and then
I lived in that apartment. I lived in that apartment for
2 years.
2 years.
Never figured it out.
In Syracuse, and I did not fix my Wi-Fi.
All we could hope is for quicker than that.
Yes, the lease is only 12
2 years faster.
The lease is only 12
faster
months
in the city.
We'll see. I would imagine one of my roommates is working from home, so I imagine we'd have to get it set up.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up here.
Anyway, let's wrap it up. That's enough. That's enough. We got some gymnastics talk, and we got some Wi-Fi talk going this week. So yeah, I mean, this is the last good tournament until August 12th ish. I think is the Northern Trust.
19th.
Right, or 17th. 17th is the Northern Trust in Jersey City at Liberty National. That's gonna be fun. But next week we got what is it next week? It's the WGC St. Jude. So we got some good weeks of golf actually. That's the next good one.
The season ends pretty nicely.
It does.
Yeah, exactly. So and then we got the Wyndham. So yeah, enjoy the Olympics, enjoy primetime golf. Maybe you guys will also have some adult beverages while consuming the content, while consuming the golf. So have fun out there.